Bonsoir Saloni.
Bonsoir Abby, ça va?
Oui, et toi? Tu as fait section A et section B de l'expression écrite du TEF. Ok. Vous parlez anglais maintenant pour que tout le monde comprenne. How long did it take you to finish section A and section B, like realistically?
Whenever I write, I usually time myself, and sometimes because I'm still practicing, sometimes I take like little more than 35 minutes, but I usually try to finish it in like exact 35 minutes.
Nice.
The section B and section A is like we can easily finish in 25 minutes using the time to plan what should we write in the section A and including the time to check the mistakes.
Right, okay. Some time ago, I had corrected some section A homework copies of my students. But this time for section B, I thought I could do something different. So I'm involving the student who did the section B, and I'm inviting them to correct their own copy. You can identify your own errors and see if there are any silly mistakes to catch, if you can improve your writing. So that's the idea of it. Why do you think this checking your own answers is important, Saloni?
Because I believe in the exam too, we have to check our own mistakes and we should be aware what mistakes we can make during the practice, and we should know that where we should work upon.
Correct. And how long do you usually dedicate for that self-checking of your work?
Usually depends how much time we have, but I believe like we should at least have 5 minutes before the time ends
Makes
for
sense.
each section.
Now, the use of AI, how do you use it to your advantage, but how do you not use it to your advantage again?
When I started writing, I used to find meanings from English to French because I didn't know a lot of things. But with time, I had stopped using AI, and specifically, even if we see that Word also has its inbuilt features which corrects itself, the spelling mistakes and errors. So now I have completely stopped using those features as well. So it's better for us to recognize our mistakes by ourselves rather than an AI or some tools in the Word correct it.
Absolutely. I think you hit the nail on the head. Okay. And before we start your correction, what do you think is a risk of being overly dependent on AI, especially for writing?
If during the practices we are just gonna look everything on AI, then at the exam we are not able to use it because they use this browser which with which we cannot open anything in the computer, and there is like and the entire time we are under the surveillance of the invigilators, we cannot use anything else on the computer. So at that moment we will be just with ourselves to figure out what to write and what not to. So basically AI is not going to help there in the exam.
Correct, correct. So you have to slowly start weaning yourself away from AI, especially when you're left with just 2 to 3 months before your exam, leading up to your exam. Okay, that would be the right time because then you would not have developed the instinct to look out for your mistakes.
When you plan for the first 5 minutes and when you check for the last 5 minutes, because even in English we tend to make mistakes. As a human being, everybody makes mistakes, and even when I was preparing for my IELTS exam, I saw that I'm making mistakes even in English. This is the tendency of human behavior, but we must know what mistakes we are making at the end, and then so that we can correct them
before the time runs out. Yeah. Nice, nice. Solid advice. Thank you, Saloni. And then we'll start now with the correction of your writing. Okay. So I see that you've done your section B first. All right. So the topic is Dans 20 ans, il n'y aura pas de livres. In 20 years, there will no longer be books. I'm going to turn on the reviewer. Okay. All right. So before we start doing this, can you tell me the core? Do you remember the core idea in each paragraph? Like in the first paragraph, what did you talk about this topic? In 20 years, there will no longer be books.
I basically wrote about a favor of this argument that there will be no books in the future. And specifically in the first paragraph, I had written that the physical books are too expensive and they are not affordable for everyone. If we buy, let's suppose, some devices like Kindle, we can have PDF formats, which is much more affordable, and they are easy to be carried to any place because we cannot carry 100 books along with us when we travel. So this is what I've discussed in the first paragraph.
Okay, nice, sensible. Second paragraph.
In the second paragraph, I've had discussed that mostly books are used in, although books are used like people read books in all forms, in all aspects, but mostly education industry uses the most of the books. And with technology, we cannot. It's very clear that even like all the information is on the internet, and there are times we cannot find like there are times we cannot just look into books,
Mm.
because the entire information whatever we want is on the internet, and using AI we can have a lot of information. So the tendency of people using internet is more than what we find from books.
Especially for any educational references or
Purposes,
for
yes.
quick access to information. Yeah.
And then I have given example that let's suppose we have to find recipes of
Mm.
any food,
YouTube.
so we can simply use YouTube, which is free as well. And but earlier people used to carry, like people used to have lot of recipe books for
Right.
different recipes.
Yeah. Yeah. Very relevant. Nice. And the third paragraph.
In the third paragraph, I have mentioned that although it is important for our health, it is like the books when we read, it's good for our health. Mentally, it makes us strong, and even physically, when we read from screens and we use devices, it's not good for our eyes. But we cannot deny the fact that it is important that the information on the internet is updated all the time, and
Mm.
in the books, it's not done so.
Outdated.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is mostly outdated because we cannot update the books as much as we can do it on the internet and websites.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Interesting. And let's decode your response. So, j'ai lu avec intérêt votre article intitulé Dans 20 ans, il n'y aura pas de livre. Je suis d'accord avec cette problématique et je vais partager mes idées dans ce qui suit. Nice. Okay. I'm getting the essence of the paragraph. Just a few things to correct. Il est nécessaire qu'on sache, you have your subjunctive here, very nice, que les livres dans le format PDF sont plus abordables. Yeah, there is subject adjective agreement. De surcroît, il n'est pas aussi facile de porter plusieurs livres avec nous quand nous voyageons. Et d'autre côté, si on utilise, I think we can make this a new sentence. Si on utilise le dispositif, nous pouvons porter de nombreux livres qui seraient pas chers à long terme. C'est pourquoi. C'est pourquoi is fine. We can just make it a little formal with due to this fact. Okay.
De ce fait,
Very good, exactly. That's exactly what was on my mind as well. Et de ce fait, le livre papier perdrait, if it is livre in the plural, this would be. And valeur, it's their value.
leur valeur.
Singular, exactly. Leur valeur. À l'avenir. Nice, okay.
Okay.
If you have added a good linking word, par la suite, la utilisation would obviously be
L'utilisation
very nice. L'utilisation des livres. What is the subject in this sentence? Is it livre or l'utilisation?
it's livre.
In today's world, the use of book.
Usage of oui, utilisation.
So this, if this is a subject, then this will be
Singular.
exactly. So est dans l'industrie d'éducation, plus que d'autres, je sais, accent.
L'éducation.
Plus que d'autres secteurs. Mais, okay. Instead of mais, what else can you think of?
Cependant, toutefois.
Very good. On ne peut pas nier que la technologie est devenue. I'm looking at the past composé and I'm correctly seeing the past participle agreement with technology. Good. Est devenu beaucoup plus vaste qu'on ne peut imaginer. The past is not required. That has become more vast than we can imagine. Les jeunes générations, what letter is missing here?
S at end of génération.
Good.
Les jeunes générations.
Utilise l'IA pour avoir des informations dans quelques minutes. Whatever be the topic. Is for whatever be the topic necessary? They use AI to have information in a few minutes for whatever be the topic, or just whatever be the topic.
Whatever be the topic can go.
Yeah, whatever be that. We don't need a pour there. And Dawn is nice in a few minutes, and just to add it some more drama, like to highlight how instant it is, and we can say on a seul click, okay, or on a tournament. Oops. On peut these days. So how do you say these days?
So sure.
Very good. Ces jours-ci. Trouver les recettes simplement sur YouTube, mais auparavant, les gens utilisaient. Yeah, you have correctly used imparfait here, but previously, or in the past, people used to use, and you correctly used imparfait, several recipe books for different dishes. De plus, very nice. Beyond Killier, can you identify the little tiny error?
Subject verb agreement.
Yeah, so it's just,
A
it is only il y a, right? So il y a would be AI.
AIT.
Yeah, in subjunctif, the A would become AIT. Plusieurs bienfaits de la santé quand on utilise les livres au dépit de la technologie. OK. Bien qu'il y ait plusieurs bienfaits de la santé quand on utilise les livres en dépit de la technologie, il est encore primordial de noter
Que
que yeah, les livres are not updated, ne sont pas mis à jour. Ne sont pas mis à jour become like a like a very long sentence, and then toutefois, if you have already used toutefois, then what other linking word we can say? Nevertheless, how do we say that?
néanmoins.
Néanmoins, les informations sur Internet sont toujours. If information is feminine plural, then réviser will be
Double E. I mean E
yeah,
with accent and then
ENS. This is passive voice. Information on internet, I
sont
mean, are
toujours
always
révisés.
revised and reviewed. And grâce à cela, les personnes penchent leur préférence. So they are inclined towards can just be se
Okay.
penche vers Internet et la technologie plutôt que des livres. Nice, okay. Selon une étude récente, Murnay, the accent will be on this E.
Yeah.
Murnay par Google, comma, les gens préfèrent utiliser Internet et spécifiquement l'IA pour trouver une information. Very nice word, actually, say up to
Actualiser.
date, but information being feminine, this will also be feminine. So,
Feminine.
right. Bref, c'est évident que la technologie, euh, il est évident que la technologie va dominer le monde dans quelques années grâce aux bienfaits fournis par la technologie émergente. La technologie va dominer le monde dans quelques années grâce aux bienfaits fournis. Maybe we can like change his conclusion a little and make it relevant to books. So maybe, so all in all, it's obvious that the technology is going to take precedence over books, or is going to dominate over books. Is that what you meant, or what is it like you want
Yeah.
to say? That they will.
Yeah, I wanted to write that the technology is going to dominate the world in some years because of the benefits provided by it over the books. Like over the books, it's going to dominate.
All right,
And I missed that one particular word.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'll just change it a little. This is fine. We can also say l'emportera. And if you have used future proche here, but I'm using future simple here. Largement sur les livres. Okay, and then paperback from numérique. Paperbacks as well as digital. So, grâce au bienfait, can you think of any qualifier like thanks to the numerous benefits or thanks to an abundance of benefits?
Grâce à une multitude de bienfaits.
Very nice, yeah, perfect. Grâce à une multitude de bienfaits fournis par la technologie émergente. Right, good.
My section 8 topic was so there was this lady, 80 years old, who was living with her family, and her daughter was too like caring all the time. She was protecting her grandmother, but to get her uh, liberty again, to get her freedom again, she decided that she will leave and
Live on her own.
Yeah.
Yeah, my screen is appearing.
Hier matin, une octogénaire, Elisabeth, a pris une décision pour qu'elle prenne sa liberté après une période longue. Ayant une fille très protectrice qui n'avait jamais voulu de séparer de sa mère, toutefois la mère aînée, désolé, la femme aînée a déclaré qu'elle vivra toute seule.
How will you pronounce this again?
Ayant.
Aeon.
Ayant, okay.
Aeon, yeah. All right. Do you want to pronounce it again, like this sentence?
Okay.
Yeah.
Ayant une fille très protectrice qui n'avait jamais voulu de séparer de sa mère, toutefois, la femme aînée a déclaré qu'elle vivra toute seule.
D'accord. Second.
Étant une personne attentionnée, la fille rendait visite à la grand-mère plusieurs fois dans la journée. Dans la foulée, la dame se sentait perturbée par la présence de sa fille. Elle a voulu trouver un appartement selon ses besoins parce qu'elle suivait un cours secrètement, which should be secrètement.
Very nice. Yeah, you found it out. And towards the end.
La fille a tenté de convaincre la grand-mère, mais elle restait ferme. Après une longue discussion, elle a
Emménager.
emménagé dans sa propre appartement pour être libre.
Right. Okay. All right. So, in general, how do you organize your section A writing? What is your approach?
So my approach is basically to, in the beginning paragraph, to tell a little bit about the story, to introduce the person that I will be talking about. And then in the second paragraph, I'll be leading the story, like telling the story, whatever I need to communicate. And then in the last paragraph, I would write about how at the end, what were the decision making, or what were the conclusion kind of the story.
Okay, all right. So basically, in the first paragraph, you establish the context, which means you will address elements like who, what, where, when, all those factual elements.
Yes, exactly.
And in the second paragraph, in the second paragraph, you said you will lead the story. So basically, the consequences or the aftermath of this happening, or
Yes.
you will add some context to this prompt, and then the end is a conclusion where you can or not leave with a declaration, with a statement of one of the parties involved. Yeah. All right. And this is about 113 words. Hier matin, octogénaire, very nice word. You rephrase 80 ans as octogénaire, 80-year-old. Elisabeth a pris une décision pour qu'elle prenne sa liberté après une longue période. Okay. As I say, so she takes over, reprend sa liberté après une longue is one of these adjectives which come before the noun. So après une longue période of of dependence. So how do I say that?
The dépendance.
Yeah. Ayant, very nice. You have used present participle. Ayant fille très protectrice. Just to change it a little, overprotective. Overprotective, how do we say? Or on something, over something. What is the word? Sur quelque chose. Huh? So that itself can be used like surprotectrice. Qui n'avait jamais voulu. It's vouloir faire quelque chose or vouloir de faire quelque chose.
Vouloir faire quelque chose.
Very nice. So we don't need the de. No. The voulu. Elle a voulu séparer de sa mère, toutefois. So we will just add a comma here. Toutefois, la femme aînée a déclaré qu'elle vivra toute seule. Or, like in an independent manner or in an autonomous manner. How do we say that?
De façon autonome.
Très bien. Or on autonomy, and she will hereafter live all alone. How do we say hereafter? Like from now on. You can add that which is désormais. You can add désormais. Elle vivra désormais toute seule de façon autonome, en toute autonomie. Étant une personne attentionnée, la fille rendait visite à la grand-mère plusieurs fois dans la journée. For you, she is grandmother, but for the daughter, she is just mother. So how do we say visited her mother?
Rendez visite à la mère.
Assamerges. Dans la foulée. Dans la foulée is like in the same process, in the same momentum. So here, how did you mean dans la foulée? Dans la foulée, la dame se sentait perturbée. What did you want to mean here?
As she used to visit her a
Mm.
lot of times,
Mm.
in that she was getting disturbed again and again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we can say because of this constant attention or excessive attention, en raison, to keep it neutral, de l'attention
The
excessive.
one and only favorite word of mine you revoked.
Huh? One and only?
I want to use this one
There's
one
one thing,
word
dans la foulée.
everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay. It is like, for example, when you want to say he finished his studies and in that same go he got a job, like that. That's how we mean it. Dans la même foulée, dans la foulée. Sans raison de l'attention excessive, la dame se sentait perturbée par la présence de sa fille. Okay. Elle se sentait perturbée. Okay. How will you say she felt a little claustrophobic also?
Um, Elle se sentait un peu claustrophobe
Very nice, un peu claustrophobe. Par la présence de sa fille. Elle a voulu trouver. She therefore wanted to find. So what word will I add here? Elle a donc voulu trouver, just simply. Hein? Elle a donc voulu trouver un appartement. L'on sait typo. So this would be?
SOINS.
Besoin. Yeah. Parce qu'elle suivait un cours. Again, it's not secretively, secrètement. C'est quel cours? What class was she doing? Secretly.
I could not remember of anything, so I just said, oh, a cours secrètement.
Okay, we can even add like a cours de finance or something like that. Okay, de gestion de finance, finance management.
Okay.
La fille a tenté de convaincre la grand-mère, mais elle restait ferme. Ok. Après une longue discussion, elle a emménagé.
Emménager.
You just need another accent. Donc, appartement is masculine, so it would be ça will become
Son propre appartement.
very good. Son propre appartement pour être libre.
Libre.
D'après les témoins,
Comma.
d'après les amis communs, we can just say, because there's no crime or there's no dramatic incident involved, so we can just talk about according to the common friends. Okay, d'après les amis proches or d'après la famille. Okay, so because this bit of line seems more relevant for crime or accident related topics, we can change this, modify it a little. Can you think of any ideas according to the close friends?
Maybe we can write it as d'après les amis proches, cette décision, bien que pénible au début.
Okay, hold on, I'm typing. Cette décision, bien que pénible
au
au
début,
début.
c'est avéré être bonne pour la mère.
Okay, very nice. What is the meaning of cet avéré? Can you explain?
It turned out to be good for the
Yeah, it's a very useful
the-
verb, savere. It can just directly be followed by an adjective as well or by a verb. So, cet avéré bonne or cet avéré être bonne pour la mère, okay?
ainsi que la fille.
Okay, nice. Saloni, thank you for sharing this homework with me, with the audience. One advice which I want you to share with future TEF candidates, aspirants. What is it?
For the writing specifically?
For writing specifically, yeah.
Writing comes with practice, and like even I have a lot of mistakes and things where I need to improve. This is how we learn, and specifically the biggest improvement that I've been seeing in my writings is since when I stopped that word feature off.
You mean a spell check? You turned off the
spell check and grammar check.
Okay.
And then after that, I've started figuring out my mistakes, even though I still make mistakes a little bit. But that is like with time, I feel like it will be improved.
When you when you start being courageous with writing, your improvement will be faster, much faster than being in the cozy comfort of using AI to build your sentences. If you put yourself out there and make mistakes, fall and learn, then obviously your learning curve will be accelerated. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, Saloni. Okay. E bom courage. Bom courage. Por tu.
Merci.